Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Years ago, when inkjet printers were just coming in, and I saw the results of some of the early models, and it was photographic quality prints that you could get. And I thought, this is really the future for us wedding photographers. And indeed, for a short while, I had a few different printers and scanners, mainly Epson printers. I think I had a Canon scanner to start with. And so for a couple of years there, when digital was coming in and film was still around and digital wasn't quite there yet, up until then, I had, every time I did a film wedding, I would take it to the film lab and I'd get the prints processed in the normal manner and get some prints back from the film lab. But I'd also ask them to do a low resolution scan so I could give a copy of the scans to the customers as well as the prints. Later on, when I was doing a few weddings and had a good printer, I was mainly just giving the proofs to the customers plus digital files of prints that I had done myself on the printer I had at the time, which back then was an Artisan 1430 A3 Plus printer. It was a standalone printer. And a few days or a few weeks ago, it really gave up the ghost. I had a young guy come and look at it. He said, yeah, it could be fixed, but it's probably not worth it. And I also had an earlier version of an Epson EcoTank A3 Plus printer, and I wasn't happy with that. That was sort of needing maintenance, and I wasn't really keen on how robust it was and all that sort of thing. So I decided to get a new printer, and I actually got rid of the Epson Artisan 1430. And I bought a new smaller printer for my wife to use for photocopying, because she photocopies a lot of music to transpose the key or whatever pianists do when they do things in church. Anyway, and play music for people to sing to. And so we had a smaller printer that we bought, but at the same time I ordered the latest Epson EcoTank Epson ET 8550, which I have got just sitting over here. And I've been doing a little bit of printing with it, and I'm going to just give you a demo of what it can do. And I'm not going to go into it. There's a lot of people who've gone into all the ins and outs of this particular printer and what you can do and can't do. So I suggest you look them up and find out about it. But basically, the EcoTank printers come with lots of inks and sort of ink containers that you fill up, and they give you a supply that lasts you probably at least a year before you have to replenish them. It's a lot cheaper than using the old cartridge system. And I still had some inks left over from the previous one that I got rid of. And it seemed to be the same ink, but it's a different refill container. So I don't know whether I can actually use it in this printer. It looks like it's the same color inks, but I probably could. But anyway, I've still got some inks left over from when I filled this up recently. I got a young friend to come and help install it. I could do it myself, but he's an expert, so I got him to help install it. The only issue I have with this printer is that where I am here, I'm a fair way from the actual Wi-Fi station, and while it works on Wi-Fi and also cable, the Wi-Fi where I am here, it doesn't pick it up all that well, and it goes a lot slower. So I'm using it just with a cable plugged straight from the printer into the computer, into my iMac. So that's what I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen now, and I'm going to find a selection of bird prints, and I'll pick one out. I'll show you a few bird prints that I've taken over the years. I think these particular ones were taken up in Central Australia some years back, I think. So, and then I'm going to just show you the process, hopefully by sharing what's on the screen here of how I go about printing them. So let's have a look. Share screen. We'll just get that out the road. There's a screensaver there. We don't want to do a software update at the moment. We'll go back to the photos area, which is there. And we might, what are we going to do here? Import all new items. We don't want to import any new items. We want to go back to photos, and we want to go back to, we're going to search for birds. I'm going to go birds. And in this particular folder, or this search came up with 3,386 photos. So we just have a look at what they are. And there are some here from, here we are, these ones here from Central Australia. some time back. We'll go full screen with that. Into full screen. These are some eagles I found up near Ayers Rock, and I stalked them from the road. I got up quite close to them, and then they decided to take off. First one and then the other. And I was taking these on a Pentax digital, no, on the Canon 400D actually. That bird, that eagle was so close that, and particularly I could just about touch him. He was that close to me. Unfortunately, I just chopped off the top of his wing there. But these are wedge-tailed eagles, which are Australia's biggest eagle and one of the biggest eagles in the world. And this is the Spinifex pigeon in Central Australia, beautiful little pigeons. And these are zebra finches. There's one on a wire. I have printed these zebra finches out on a large print like that one before to sell at a display that we had for our Parkinson's people. Another shot. There's a Spinifex pigeon again. That's a hooded robin. And that's a butcher bird. But anyway, let's come back to this one here. I quite like that one there. Or maybe there's another one here I thought I saw. Where was that? Are there emus? Let's go back and find this zebra finch. I had a zebra finch one here before, which I quite liked. Now it's going to make a liar of me. These are all bird shots. Let's just go back here. Where did I find this one before? All birds. No, I thought I had one all lined up before. The zebra finch. No, perhaps we'll just go with this one. We'll print this one here. So I'm going to stop the sharing, or maybe I'll just get that out the road and I'll reduce the full screen. View, exit full screen so we can see what we're doing. So now we've got this here, and I'm going to go up here to, I've got the picture there, and if I go up here to File, and I go to Print, then up here you'll see that I've got my identified in the printers, different printers hooked up to the being used. And the previous version of this I had was the ET7750, and I've now replaced it with the ET8550. And then there was the Artisan 1430 I had, and another Canon one I had at one stage. So anyway, we're going to go with this one, the 8550, and we're going to go A4 borderless. We've got some high gloss paper already loaded up over there. We're going to fill the page with this print, and we will go down here and we'll press print, and we've got color. I don't want two-sided. This printer does two-sided printing, which is handy if you're doing some notes and typing and things. And so we want one copy. I'm going to put it on best print, and we need to select the printing for color is best done. There's 3 different feeds you got on this printer, and we're going to select it from the rear feed, the one that comes down through the top, and there's a couple of other trays underneath where you do all most of your other working printing notes and things. So we're going to go back here. Oh, here we are. So media type. This is some I don't know, probably Canon high glossy paper, I think. So we're going to select a high gloss, photo high gloss. I'm going to select the best print, and we're going to select it from the rear tray. See, there's a CDV tray, there's a main tray, there's a manual feed, photo tray, and a rear tray. So the rear tray is where you do the bigger prints, and also the little 6x4, postcard type sizes. So I'm going to select that. Now, if I just press print, takes a little while for the print to go through when you've got it on the best quality. You can see it's just very gradually draining in there. if I lift this lid up here, on here, you should be able to see what's happening underneath. There you go. Can you see that down there? You can't, can you? Let's just move this around here. So you can see the print coming out. Come over here, you can see some of the colour. Nice and quiet. This is actually Kodak high gloss paper I'm printing on, not Canon. I think I said Canon before. There's all my leftover inks and my current spare inks. That's the little ink cartridges down there. I'll close this down again. Got a nice panel you can see there that's telling you what's going on. And we'll just wait for this to come out down the bottom here. This is real-time printing. A4 best quality. We'll see what it looks like in a minute. We might print a 6x4 version of this in the next shot with the same bird. So I'll just put this over here in the rear feed, close that up like that, and in a minute I'll select the same photograph and print it on that size from that rear feed. It is actually moving. There you go. Look at that. Not too bad, is it? That's an A4 size print. I'll just stop the filming here and come back and edit and come back into this video. Okay, so there you go. Here's the finished print, A4 size print. I'll try and come in a bit closer so you can get a little bit of the detail in there. It's a beautiful print and it came out pretty well. Back over there. I've done some other ones recently. Whoops. This is one that I did just recently in the backyard here. That's what they call a noisy miner. Just out there climbing up our tree in the backyard looking for some insects. Very boisterous birds they are. They chase off all the other birds. And when I first got this printer going, I took some shots of some plants in the backyard to see what it had come out like, and it came out pretty good. And then here's another one of some plants. Come out pretty good. And I said I had these other printers before. I think this one, this next shot here, is a bird. Can you see the bird there? It's actually a tawny frogmouth, which is similar to an owl, or a nightjar. And they are quite a large bird, but they sit silently during the day and they don't move. And you can be right alongside them and not even know they're there. You think they are just a piece of wood. There's a tawny. That was probably printed on my Epson Artisan 1430. And then there was this one here I did the other day of a couple of my grandsons. And so it's a wonderful printer. And I'm just going to stop the video here now, and I'll just print an A4 size. I'll just end this part, and then I'll just do show you an A4 size. Just doing a 6x4 print of the same bird now, because and using just the same rear feed that I had the A4 size paper in before, but now I've just got an ordinary 6x4 paper coming in, and that's going through at the moment, and I'll show you that in a minute, and I'll show you alongside of this other one. So very good. You know, I've on this channel before, I've showed you how to make postcards using an inkjet printer and making your own postcards, greeting cards. So I'll just show you the smaller one in a minute. It's just coming through. So can I recommend this printer? Yes, I think so. It's pretty good. If you're in the business of doing mass production, I mean, I print out a lot of notes of sermons and church services and things like that, and minutes of meeting and agendas. If you're wanting a printer to do that, it's probably a bit of overkill using a printer like this. You can find something else. But the idea, of course, if you've got echo tanks and you can keep your inks cheaper, or maybe just getting a specialized black and white printer to do all your office work. Anyway, this has come off now. So there you go. There's a little 6x4 print I just did. That's came through a lot quicker than the other one. So there you go. There's the different sizes. I don't know how I can make that look bigger or smaller the further I come away. Maybe change that. There you go. So this one here is the one you put in your photo album, or you make some greeting cards with. This one here you might sell at a market or something and put it in a frame, do a bird series, or do a book on birds. But you wouldn't actually print them out if you're doing a book on birds, but you can actually sell these and frame them. And if you've got a stall at a market or somewhere, you can sell your prints or sell them online. There you go. So that's a little bit of a quick introduction to the Epson 8550 inkjet printer, and I'm enjoying it, getting used to it, how it works. And it actually you know, it's a neat little thing where the tray comes out and then it goes back. You've got to actually put the tray back in. There's a control over there. I won't show you how that, but you just hit the control panel and then it just says close tray, and you close the tray and it closes it. So every now and then, of course, you've got to put some refills in the paper feed for the ordinary printing. But generally speaking, doing your glossy prints, it's best to do it from the back tray back there. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Like if you like, subscribe if you wish, and I'll see you next time. See you later.